dog? What is this? Huh? He's my handsome boy. Yeah, he's my handsome boy. Alright. Oh! So, we've already curled the weights 27 times. 9 times a set. You're fine! Oh my god. Drama queen. He's nail things. So, what? So, we have ourselves a little bit of a conundrum. I was hoping that today we would have everything organized to an extent that we could actually move Waffles, our pulcrites, into a new enclosure. However, this is what we're looking at. See, they are an arid species tarantula. It means their climate, excuse me, there we go. So what we're seeing here is dirt that is slow to dry, quick to become, well, moist. That is how you deal with this. What?
You left your hat in the bathroom there.
Fucking goddamn it! That's my favorite hat! Well, in my defense, I wasn't planning on having to, like, practically dress down into just my fucking shorts when I went to D&D today. Alright? But no, that shit happened. Alright. So we're gonna have to find a different place to house this little experiment. I guess for now we can do it over here. Atop our roach colony. Oh, I guess no we can't. Oh. Hold on. Alright. We have direct air hitting the top of that dirt that is going to be for our Harpictera pulcrites. How old am I? Too fucking old. I'm in my lower 30s though. We don't give strangers on the internet our age or our exact location or our full names. There's a long list of oh no no's, don't do that for various reasons. Primarily because I have seen what has happened to individuals that give a little bit too much information away to folks. What we do here is take care of our animals and talk about working out. And talk about animals, of course, because we're taking care of them. Today, we replaced the dirt inside our ball python cage. For saying what? I'm just... Let's call it... Let's put it this way. It is better that you learn from somebody who has, in fact, learned firsthand why we don't do these things, rather than turn around and do them yourself. Because if you do them yourself, you could wind up getting injured. I don't want that. As a matter of fact, I always end my live saying, I better not see you on the news unless it's good news. I do it because I care. Alright. Now, we are going to flip this around at our somewhat clean table. And we are going to start presenting animals. This is our first little creature. What's up, Dingus or Bingus? It's a very Very interesting name. I shall give you that. You have earned it. This is Gem, our Brazilian blue tarantula. He's got himself a little bit of a sperm web getting laid down. We don't want to leave his cage open too long because that little critter likes to go on little walkabouts around the house. We don't do that. We say, "Oh no, don't do that." Why? Because we don't want to play that game of how do I tell our roommate. It is a very bad game. I always lose, by the way. They never take it fondly when I say, so, there's a 2.5-inch long tarantula on the move in the house. You might want to go check your shoes before you put them on. Keep in mind, he's got urticating hairs. Alright, we are just going to miss the inside. The beautiful thing, thank you. I love taking care of tarantulas. I think that they are, quite frankly, one of the better pets, the easier pets to care for, because they don't need much, folks. They really don't. Tarantulas are by far one of the most simplistic pets to own. You keep them at about 75 degrees, which is the average room temperature for most buildings. You can keep them all the way up to 80 degrees. I sound like, you know what? I either sound like people's uncles or I sound like somebody that never quite got through puberty. Like, I either sound like a teenager or I sound like everybody's favorite uncle. Hopefully your favorite uncle. And not the weird one that goes to family gatherings.
No, you sound like my favorite person.
That's my wife in the background. Yes, I have managed to get married with my,
With your what?
animals.
I've only met, you only had one of all these.
In my defense, if your uncle is of a certain Schoonover lineage, it runs in the family. I sound like my grandfather, and I look like my father, and my father looks like his brother, and I'm starting to think that this all kind of sounds like there's a little bit of inbred shit that needs to be said. Let's just say those genes run strong. Oddly enough, our grandfather on my father's side looks nothing like his kids. Oh, heavens. It's all weird, okay? Imagine my surprise when I got onto a live chat with my family on the East Coast and it looked like my dad came waltzing into the picture. And I was like, in my defense, I was drunk as fuck, okay? I like leaning close to the screen. I was like, Dad? Yeah, they thought it was hilarious. Look at this. This right here is another Brazilian blue violet male, except he has all of his urticating hairs. Nice full booty. Now they do need to be fed. And we do have some roaches available. Yeah, I look like my grandpa and sound like my dad, so nothing wrong. We hope. God, we all hope. Nothing like the Alabama guessing game. My uncle's my father, too. Why is bro blue? Well, because he is a Brazilian blue-violet tarantula. Ooh. Oh. Oh, shit. No, sir. Back down. Heal. Heal, my boy. Heal. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. Oh my god. Chill the fuck out, bro. Okay, here we go. Look at this. Nope. Locking lid. Get it? Make it. When you keep a what is that? A tropical terrestrial tarantula, plastic is the way to go to keep in the humidity and the heat. You don't want to have direct heat onto the plastic because obviously plastic melts at lower temperatures in glass. But what you can do to prepare your cages is get a soldering iron with a small bit and poke holes. Is it bad that he's kind of cute? You know what? It isn't. I have not shown my face to a lot of these folks yet. Some of these folks are new to this channel. By the way, subscribe. Granted, on work days, I am not nearly this lively. Primarily because I did not drink caffeine at 3 in the afternoon.
Someone has a scorpion.
Oh yeah, we got a scorpion. Here we go. And the beautiful thing is we found our black light. I don't know if that's something most people would be proud of. Hey, honey, let's shine it on the carpet and see what pops up. All right, here we go. I'm guessing not because you have freaking spiders. Well, you can own these kind of spiders with children. We have puppies, which it's not the same. I'll give you that. But we haven't had any issues. We also have a cat, but let's be honest, he's not exactly winning any intelligence points. This, God, I wish I could get this. Oh, I see what the problem is. All right. Jesus Christ. Can we just not fight with me, please?
This is making me want burgers.
Here we go. So this is Needles. Our little itty bitty. Oh yeah, we got a snake too. We got snakes, scorpions, tarantulas. We got a centipede that nobody will ever see on the live because he is a very... Oh, why do I have the light on if I'm going to use the red light or the black light? Let's talk about the cat being smart. Here we go. Check that out. That is crazy. Trying to see if maybe there's a sign using the black light as to whether there are babies in that booty. Once you go black, you can never go back. They just stopped using it. There we go. Wonder what this brings up on the floor. Dare I, ooh. Here we go. That's fucking nasty. Yo, what the fuck? Alright, we're going on a little field trip over to the wall here. What in the shit happened over here? That. See those dots that are... What the fuck happened in this room, honey? There's like There's like splatter on the walls.
Oh no.
What in the CSI happened in this household? Oh God, what if it's not blood?
It could be drool from Wolf Shaking.
It could be. It could be drool from wolf shaking. It could be. God, I hope it is. Oh. That literally looks like... Oh, God. And then the carpet got freaking decimated. But, you know. Well, there's no poopy over here. At least not that I know of. Trust me, we'd smell it first. So when it comes to Asian forest scorpions, you want to have temperatures ranging between 75 and 80 degrees. You want to have a proclivity for knocking shit over that you're not supposed to. Listen, my guy, poop is not going to blend in with the paint when you turn the lights on. That what you're going for is something a little bit worse than that. Anyway, it could be saliva, I think. Yeah, Wolf drools a lot. When he gets an allergy, he'll shake his head. So, all right, Needles, you're taken care of. Now, let's get this over here. We are going to pull out the roaches, and we are going to drop one in there for her to chase down. Blood's a little devious sometimes. Don't worry about him. We're all a little psychotic at this point. If you haven't noticed, nobody's coming out of this unscathed. I'm trying to keep my sanity held together with sobriety, working out, and exotic pets. Ask me how that's working. Come on, kid. Quit. Okay, here we go. Way underrated right here. Okay, where'd he go? That's what you want to ask. I could have swore I just dropped a roach in here. Damn it! All right. That's not what you want to hear. All right. There we go. Let's get her cage put away. We put one little roach in there. By the way, when I say roach, I don't mean anything other than the best. Look at how gorgeous that one is. Holy cow. Wow. See ya, dingus. And that was the start of... No, he almost got away. Luckily, these guys have a hard time growing at low temperatures like 75. They need 85 or higher to get going. No, we don't have hissing. We have orange head and we have dubia roaches. Ours are a medium-sized variety. We do not dabble in German roaches, and we do not dabble in red runners because those are highly invasive. If you're out in NorCal, by the way, I used to live out there. If you're out in NorCal and you see a roach that's like this long, can either be black or very dark red, those are often red runner roaches. The ones that you see in the colder environments are generally German roaches, which are also invasive. You want to go for, if you're going to be raising something to feed to other animals, a variety that isn't going to take off if it takes off. Because nothing will get you kicked out of a domicile faster than the food becoming a pest control issue. Tarantulas? I think tarantulas should boost the property value. Honest to God, if you have, like, let's take the Monocentropus balfouri. If you have one or two babies that get out, the pest problem in the house is going to reduce drastically. It's like if somebody's ball python accidentally gets out and they have a rat problem. I guarantee you that rat problem, it's gonna lessen just a little bit over time. Monkeys to Florida, probably an owner that was not thinking of the what would you call that? The consequences of their actions. It's the same as the people that were breeding their reptile. It's the same as the people that were breeding their reptiles out in the open, like in containers, in their carports, and then a hurricane hit, and all of a sudden all these containers are open and their animals are missing. And oh no, Florida's got an invasive species problem now with Burmese rock and reticulated pythons. And all I can say to that is, good God, folks, locking lids, plastic containers, house shit inside.
What's she doing?
She not over here?
She walked that way.
Duchess? Oh, she's laying over here. She's ready for bed. This brunette type of roach, it kind of looks like that dude that was like $2,000 for a roach? Jesus Christ. Are there any insects you will go near? Anything as big as my hand? The insects you will go near. Anything as big as my hand and I'll run. Well, we do have a critter in here. He's not very impressive right now. But this species gets to be about the size of a dinner plate. It is called the giant pink-toed tarantula. It should be called, it is not called, but it should be called the Goliath pink-toed tarantula. But for some fucked off reason, scientists decided that they were going to call an avicularia the giant pink-toed tarantula. Not giant, the Goliath pink-toed tarantula. And I'm just sitting there like, but that doesn't make any sense. See if we can get a good look at this fella. Question: are there any? Do you live like in a car or something, not running around like? Do you live like in a car or something, or not running around like live iguanas? No, we are in a house. Eventually, we would like to buy this house, or another house, or find a very cool place to rent for a lot less money than what the market is fucking asking for right now.
We did have an iguana around. I do not recommend it.
We used to have an iguana. So this is our Theraphosa apophysis, or our giant pink-toed tarantula. Pulls out Wild Coyote. No, none of that Florida man bullshit going on in here. As a matter of fact, I tell people all the time, they never listen, when they post videos about how cute the wildlife is and how their dog's playing with the coyotes and how the bears are coming up and being so nice. That shit has consequences. For instance, somebody let a brown bear play with their puppy dog. That's all fun and games until mama comes along. Come on. I don't want to take the top off because she'll throw urticating hairs, and there's. Excusez-moi.
I gotta sleepy girl. Why is your nose so wet?
Hey! Turn your ass back around and get into. Bitch! Okay. Okay, you're cute. Booked it out of there. Depending on where you're at, you could have false tarantulas. You could have brown tarantulas. You can have some of the very special breeds of New World tarantulas. We typically have the more arid species here in the United States, naturally at least. Like the brown tarantula. That critter right there is going into the centipede cage. Because fuck you and your whole I'm gonna survive this mentality. We don't allow survivors in his house. Alright, here we go. The spider? No, it could be pre-molt again. I was told that Theraphosa apophysis tarantulas typically molt and grow rapidly. That's what I was told. Then this last time, it took 3 months for the bastard, or the bitch, to flip over and show us some new colors. I'm in the more forest area, Pennsylvania, northern territories. What you saw was probably something like a wolf spider, which is A-OK in my book. I think Pennsylvania is on track for that spider infestation too. The little spiders that are coming in on strands of webbing that are going to grow to like this big and take over your garden, catch hummingbirds in their webs, and haunt your dreams. He died to a car crash on Fun Fact. Oh, Jesus. That is freaking... Come on, kiddo. You're going to the Vietnamese centipede cage. Come with me, and you'll see there's a world of terrible consequences. Alright. The cockroach is like, nah, bro, I'm not about to die. Oh, but he is. Gotta check to make sure that this tarantula... No, all of its legs are good. It's just in a stress curl. That's because I am fucking with its cage. Tarantulas run on stress. They are stress prone. Every time you go and jostle their environment, they get bent out of shape, which they should, because out in the wild they are on a good many menu. Any sapiens would probably eat them. Other tarantulas of their species. Male tarantulas have it the worst, or maybe the best, depending on how you see it. You see, in most cases, male tarantulas, they'll mature out, and then they'll go forth looking for a female. And then it's, wham, bam, I fed you, ma'am. Because they become dinner. Welcome to Cannibalism 101. It does not pay to be a male tarantula. You get paid for getting laid by catching a fade. Alright, there we go. That's taken care of. Something that turns into a freaking werewolf. There, Templar. I'm buying a flamethrower. Do not use it in your house. Many a redneck has succumbed to the consequences of that idea. Ooh boy. Now, let's get some of our medium-sized tarantulas. We have done small. We've done what will be the large. I guess we haven't done this small, but he's not out for a showing, and we are currently working on drying out the habitat, because this right here is the cage for a Harpic deer pulchripes, and he has absolutely webbed it up. He's molt for this last time in this container, and he's just run out of room. So we are giving him a container that might be a little bit too large, so we're giving him a den that it's still moist. Here's the problem with what we use for dirt. We have the Exoterra Reptibricks. You put them in water, they expand in water. They collect all that moisture. The problem is, this critter needs a dry climate. So once we get that cocoa fiber all fluffed up and ready to go... What is that?
A spoon.
She's chewing on a spoon? She's chewing on rocks, and now she's chewing on spoons. What are her... And she went and chewed on my watch. Oh, you can't see it on there. She scraped the shit out of it. What are her teeth made out of? Diamonds? Nah, I haven't tried that. I'm a survivor. Be the roach right now. No, they don't turn into a werewolf. Alright, we are going to need to push this.
Do we need to go to a pet store tomorrow?
Why?
I'm just curious.
I don't know. That's why I asked why.
I don't know. I was just curious.
That's why I asked why.
I answered why.
Wow.
Right back at you.
Tarantula rose mating feel like grasshoppers, dude. How's...
Scaring wolves.
What is that?
I said without scaring wolves.
Here we go. I got 4 likes. Damn. Alright, here we go. Ooh, that's the tarantula tower right there. And this is me fucking up the camera angle. This...
Aww.
What? Oh, she laid down. Now she's gonna try to bite the shit out of you. Tarantula rose... I'm still trying to figure this. Tarantula rose mating feel like grasshoppers, dude. Yummy. I'm so confused. We're gonna drop a roach in this one's cage as well. A young one, because they're scared of the larger ones.
I'm coming.
Child, no!
I'm coming into all of this.
You have a fighting willpower like I've never seen before. You are going places.
Where? We need to go lower. We need to get into...
Quit using blue eyeshadow.
There we go. That one ought to do. Now don't act dead. Jesus.
Into my kitchen and start learning in the real world.
There we go. Is scared of a... That huge spider is scared of a huge roach. At least that's something we have in common. Ah! Yeah, that's why we gotta feed them the young ones. The big roaches go for our big tarantula. However, Next week we got to go and buy it a new enclosure. Well, an enclosure we can.
Yeah, you're gonna do
Man.
that on your own.
Yeah, because you've got to go and which
And what?
you've got to go and do your field. Come on, get on there.
I thought you said mooch, and I'm like, oh.
No, Jesus Christ. Okay, come on. There we are.
Next time on Master Chef
Did she go after it?
from another world. I have no idea what any of these ingredients are. They're so bad. Maybe
Well, it's in there. She doesn't have it, but then again, look at that booty. She might. Alright, see you later. It's like 1 a.m. in the morning right now where I'm at. Have a good night. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I feel rather unintelligent because it took me until yesterday to find out what sub meant. It means subscribe. I thought it meant like help with the live, and I was like, I don't know if people should be helping with the live or not. I swear to God, I've got one brain cell, and sometimes that little bastard is just out to lunch. Now, this species is a New World species, just like the Theraphosa pavsis, the Brazilian blue violets, and the next one, which is Elastiodora parabana. They are aggressive when young, but as they age out, they tend to chill out a little bit more. I'm very proud of the fact that she is no longer throwing her urticating hairs. Duchess, are you okay? Duchess, are you okay? Duchess is our little tiny, the one brain cell fighting for third place. Duchess, what's wrong? Baby girl. She's ready for bed. That's what's wrong. Poor puppy. Little Miss leaving food kernels all over the cage. Ooh, should I whip her up some food real quick?
I thought you did that earlier.
Oh, shit. Alright. I will be right back. First, we're going to put this little tarantula away.
Are you Australian?
No. Actually, from what I understand, Australians aren't even often willing to keep the spiders. Listen, if I had a huntsman spider that was living this big in our house on our wall, I would give him the whole wall and I would be hand feeding him like whatever I caught outside
That'd be cool.
that couldn't kill me. All right. Which, it's Australia, so that ain't much. The way I see it, everything in Australia is out to kill you. The koalas, the kangaroos, the snakes. Everything. Australia is like the deadlier version of Florida. Come on, put you back. And we have to lift some weights, so. Alright. Duchess, I'm so sorry. Get you some food right now. Let's see, that should be enough. You're in Florida. Yeah, I've heard the tales coming out of Florida. Place is crazy. Yeah, give me that, and I will give you something worth eating. She's licked it clean. Alright. Actually, I'm going to go and rinse that out real quick. Wipe it down with a paper towel. Just because
strategy is to open everything, try everything.
Florida's awesome, at least if you want to go to Disneyland or
I'm
Universal.
scared of these unknown ingredients. Oh, that, they're so bad. Oh. Nope, not happening.
All right.
Sir. That's one. Now,
So,
that's the move of being very lean. That's a good sense.
Florida is nice, but the humidity kills me. Yeah, that's what I hear. I have family that lives in North Florida, and they say North Florida is really good, but South Florida is absolutely insane. So this is apparently how much she should be eating.
These are the cod liver. Very popular in mushroom pasties.
Arrows, we do archery, or at least we used to. We also do crossbow. We were big on hunting, at least my brother was. That was until he got in the middle of an elk herd one hunting season and decided that he just didn't want to get that close to the game animals anymore. Something about possibly getting stampeded, you know what I mean?
Giving the other ones some too.
No, because we're running low on this can. Good lord, that has congealed?
What's on?
Oh, the sauce has kind of turned into a jelly
That happens.
as it's warming up and getting tossed over and over again. What?
Somebody got attention.
No, Oliver. Get off of me, child. It's so nice to not have her claws as sharp as they were. Okay, child. Oh, Jesus. You are not a counter cruiser. You better mind your P's and Q's, child. Alright, here we go. Start your engines! And she will eat the absolute S out of that. Oliver, do I need to get yours going too? Okay. But Wolf doesn't get any because he did not eat that food. Oliver, no! You are in the fucking way. My neighbor is a... I'm in South Florida. What is your neighbor? What? My dad?
Your dad, your uncle.
My uncle's in North Florida. Alright. Where's the bowl that I used for Oliver? Oh my god.
Remember you had to lock Oliver in it with it?
Huh? So wipe his bowl out and we'll do the same thing with him. Wolf doesn't get any because Wolf leaves his food there. I don't want to get any more in. Okay. This. Snakehead and had to kill it. I bet you that tastes so good.
Isn't that, don't we have that out here too?
Snakehead? No, we don't have snakehead. We have pike.
What's Oliver doing?
He's standing
Okay.
over here?
I couldn't see his head. I was like, is he trying to push bitches out of the way?
No. He knows what's coming. And Wolf would get some of this too, except he just lets it sit in his cage. And with wet food, you can't do that because that's how you get maggots. And I really don't want to have to deal with maggots. Don't get me wrong. If I wanted to get my fingers dirty, that is free spider food. But ew. I mean, gross. So gross. Alright, here we go. There you go, Oliver. caught a snakehead and had to kill it. So he brought a fucking machete to kill it. Gotta try to cook it up, bro. Snakehead, if I'm not mistaken, I could be. They get huge. There's gotta be some meat on that shit. Alright. Did you eat? You ate all your food. You're gonna have to shit like crazy tomorrow.
In the middle of the night, probably.
Alright, so the last spider that we're gonna actually show by taking its cage out is this little one. Duchess! Get your face out of there. You had your food. If I catch you sneaking his food, no. 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 Go on. You had a whole bowl of your own food. You don't get to go and eat Oliver's too. Isn't there an invasive iguana in Florida? Yeah, there is. Green iguanas, probably the subgenre blue iguanas. I'm not sure if rhino iguanas are taking off down there.
Chicago is hungry.
Tegus. Oh yeah, tegus. Definitely invasive in Florida. They do make wonderful pets. Duchess! Oh, its bowl's empty anyway. It's good. God, I yelled so hard my ears rang. Oh yeah, they were. Alright, so this right here is our big girl. This is Little Bitch. Little Bitch earned her name.
What are blue iguanas?
Blue iguanas, they are a subgenre of green iguanas. You see, green iguanas, when bred a certain way, can actually produce a wide variety of various colors. It's actually quite the spectacle. The problem is, iguanas generally are the most unhappy animals, we'll put it that way, to keep caged. They are absolute monsters. They tend to attack. Now, rhinoceros iguanas are fairly chill. I need to clean out this one's cage tomorrow. Jesus Christ. I think she's close to a molt, too. If she's molted tomorrow, we won't clean it. Oh, little bitch. You can look it up. They're freaking crazy how many different genres of iguanas there are coming off the same main species. Alright, there we go. We're not going to try to feed this one because tomorrow I'm going to be working. God, she's got new webbing down.
How many got left?
We're almost done. See the strands right there. So she could be building up a molt mat right here. The problem is we got these little gnats that moved into the soil. And it's not like the soil is super like wet, because the first like inch or so is, wet, and then the rest is super dry. I just don't know. That's fucking weird. We'll keep an eye on it. If she's nearing a molt, we really don't want to fuck with her too much. I'm just worried that those gnats.
They're like the charging phone.
Oh yeah.
And bikes.
Iguanas, they have three main, if I'm not mistaken, defense mechanisms. Physical defense mechanisms. They have the tail whip. They will charge and scratch, and they will bite. Their teeth are so sharp in some cases that you won't feel it until you start bleeding when they nail you. Trust me, I know. We used to have an iguana out in a trailer outside. It was supposed to be a temporary setup, and we realized that it wouldn't be temporary, so we had to go and sell him and move these guys in here. I almost stepped on it. That'll happen. Most of the time, iguanas will spend their lives up in treetops, but they have been known to come down and forage on the forest floor. They also will fall out of said trees during cold climate conditions.
Won't the snakes too, if you like in Florida?
Yeah, depending on what species. If you have an arboreal species snake, to keep your eyes out, because it's raining snakes.
That's one big reason why I don't want to live in Florida.
Here, I thought it would be the humidity.
Don't remember the joke we said if I got a gun and I lived in Florida, I'd be shooting the branches because
I just remember my cousin's girlfriend has a pet jumping spider. Those are pretty neat. We have wild varieties up here in Oregon. They are what I consider to be an intelligent species of arachnid, which kind of sounds stupid, but it's true. There are species of jumping spiders that will actually take out normal web-dwelling spiders by outthinking them. Lure them off the web or just straight up murk them in the web itself. Which is nuts if you think about it. Alright. So. Oh, they can get pretty large. Oh, monkey, move! Kitty cat. Yeah, the cat named Monkey. Alright. So. These
and Mochi's sticking out.
are the roaches. She also eats flavored ants. Let's see here. So the super red ones are juvenile orange head. These guys right here are dubia males. They have narrow bodies with super long wings and dark colorations. We have two super healthy looking males. That makes me so happy because we had an abundance of females for quite some time. That is a female dubia roach right there. No wings. The dubia offspring are grayish in color. If you'll let me catch him. There he is. Look at that. This is what we tend to feed to our tarantulas. And what we feed to the things that we feed to our tarantulas are fish flakes. Fish flakes, dog food kernels, vegetables. We fed rose petals right up until summer actually came along. And then the roses started to die off. We got to go and water those critters. Make sure we get some of this at ground level, because the babies remind me of the one of Gabriel Iglesias shows. So these guys are a tropical variety cockroach. They cannot breed in temperatures under 85 degrees. They will die at temperatures below 75 degrees, especially constant temperatures under 75 degrees. They are non-invasive in the northern states. I bet you in Florida they would have a field day. So if you're going to buy them, make sure you keep them in the proper conditions. Hey, raising exotic pets is not all glamorous, and it's not always joy-inducing, but you do learn quite a few interesting things along the way.
Hey, girlie.
If I can hopefully get this lid to sit properly. Alright. Now, for the snake portion of this, don't mind me, I'm scratching what I assume is a bug bite. This little critter right here, this is Mochi. Mochi is a leucistic ball python. He has 2 hides in this cage. One that he's in right there. A second one right here. He has this water dish. He just had his cage cleaned. He is a good noodle. In this cage, we have Belle. Belle is a firefly morph ball python. She is very yellow. Her body and her eyes. Look at that. Super pretty. Close that. And in this cage, we have little guy, who is a standard ball python. He is the kind that you tend to be able to buy for a cheaper price. They, when you get them, understand they can live over 20 years.
He's what,
All right.
16, 17?
Yeah. You got to go through, turn all of our heat lamps on. Always make sure that your heat lamps are away from anything that they can light on fire, because they are in fact heat. Yeah, they are in fact heat. They are a hazard. Make sure you treat them as such, because you don't want your home to burn down. That starved itself so it could eat its... It didn't starve itself so it could eat its owner. It could have eaten its owner the entire time. Let me tell you, snakes, even when they have eaten the week before, if they are feeling up to it, they will eat prior week, and they will eat whatever they can get their mouths on. Okay, most snakes will. Ball pythons are finicky motherfuckers that if that animal is not the right temperature, the right smell, and the environment isn't proper, down to the letter, the snake will go on a hunger strike. And that hunger strike can last anywhere between 2 weeks to a year. So,
Well, you don't want me to throw it again?
it is imperative that you get your husbandry right, and you understand that ball pythons can be utter assholes. That's just the name of that game. We still need to see if we can track down the centipede. And I think we have ourselves...
Do you need a water this centipede?
Yeah.
What about Ducky?
Ducky got water, I think, yesterday.
Okay.
This guy
Duchess, are you pouting?
is one of our male Monocentropus balfouri. They are one of the only species, probably about 5 species of tarantulas, that can live in a colony. Hey, do you guys... we're hoping that these guys are going to have babies soon. Because there is a female and 2 males in there. And I have video evidence that they did the deed.
You have video evidence that the boy is doing the deed.
Yeah, I have video evidence that the guys are bisexual. Do you guys get that burning smell on time? Excuse me, I'm having a Biden moment. On occasion, we do in fact get a burning smell. Oftentimes it's because dust has collected. When you get a new heat element, sometimes that will smoke a little bit too because of the chemical components that are on the heating apparatus. Yeah, I know that was depending on. Ooh. So it ain't much, but you guys get to see. Let's see if we can actually the back end of this centipede. That is our little friend right there. That is his tail end. He is absolutely massive.
Fun.
What? Ah,
Thought you might watch us. You know the light's still on.
yeah. Oh, whoops. Can you go and unplug and plug back in the...
Yes.
All right.
Your flashlight on your phone's on too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you can see it really well, but this roach right here has been decimated. They burned stuff completely smoked out here in our little town. Well, we're not actually from Portland. We're from near Portland, but I don't want to tell people where I live because that is a way to get found.
Mom, or
The roof is on fire.
see what he's doing? He's like, why'd you leave?
But yeah, this right here is a completely eaten out roach. This is a full roach. And I thought this was super cool. It was a good idea. And we're going to try to sell this as a science piece at the next bazaar.
Next weekend.
Next weekend. Now, that is something we can tell you where one of us is going to be.
Hopefully two for a little bit.
You're going to be over in the Rainier days. It is the Rainier days.
Why does it smell like a dog farted?
Because I farted.
It smells like eggs.
What can I say except you're welcome? That my ass kind of smells like eggs.
I knew it wasn't Duchess. We probably should go out before we go to bed.
Yeah, that's true. So you guys got to see the centipede a little bit. Most of the time, you don't get to see it at all. He is typically hiding at all times in the depths of the soil in its cage. A cage that we're going to have to swap out eventually because he's almost...
How big do they get?
I don't know.
You have to look
He's
up.
already bigger than the last centipede we got.
Well, that guy was also a lot smaller than what he was when I got him.
Yeah, but then again, the company that we got him from wasn't exactly notorious for being on the up and
I'm
up.
surprised he survived that long because of it.
Oh, shoot. We haven't lifted any weights yet during the live. I'm glad to head out. See ya. Keep it up. I will. You guys have a good night. All right. So.
I'm sorry.
I have my stand down, so you're going to have to see me at an uncomfortable angle. We lift. I lift. Not we.
Duchess.
I lift 45 pounds
True,
on...
she doesn't weigh that much. When you want to do double, like I said, Oliver lifts.
1, 2, 3.
You gotta wait for Daddy to get done, then he'll let you out.
8, 9. All right, you guys have a good night. Stay safe, and remember, I better not see you on the news unless it's good news. God, is that my... That does not look very good on that camera. All right, here we go. Other arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, There we go. All right. Whew. Now that wraps up the overall live. Again, as I state at the end of all my lives, have a good night. Stay safe. Remember, I better not see you on the news unless it's good news. The guys that just let off fireworks, they're probably going to be on the news for bad news.
That just. I'm not gonna take her out.
Yeah.
She went to the door.